Part 34. Online games, I really don't want to have unlimited fusion. Author, 7 years. Chapter 331. Suchen frowned deeply as he looked at the old Beast King Golden Pattern Tiger King Tiger kneeling in front of him. While signaling Saint Vulpix to help the old Beast King up, he asked, "How can you be sure that I am not the true bloodline of the Beast King?" The old Beast King stood up with difficulty, paused for a while panting, and then respectfully said to Suchen, "Back to the Supreme Being, the last god-level priest of our clan 500 years ago, once performed a prophecy at the end of his life. The prophecy stated that although the Qing Emperor was defeated, his supreme bloodline would return to the world in 500 years and lead all races. The old priest once told me that 500 years from now, the blood of the king of the beast race will be cut off under the suppression of the 6 realms, but those with the supreme bloodline will come to our beast race under the illusion of the blood of the king of the beast race. Our clan has lifted the crisis and revived the ambition of the beast clan." The old Beast King Golden Pattern Tiger King Tiger raised his head with difficulty, as if he didn't have the strength to even do such a simple thing as raising his head. He tilted his head, trying hard to open his drooped eyelids, looking at Suchen, panting. He sighed with great relief and said, "The old priest followed the Qing Emperor back then, and I have no doubt about his prophecy. Facts have also proved that you are really here. Ha, ha ha, it's not in vain that I have persisted for 500 years, I finally saw the dawn of my beast clan, thank you so much." Suchen frowned and looked at the old Beast King. The latter has clearly reached the point of running out of fuel and may die at any time. The old Beast King tremblingly took out a Beast King seal made of divine bones from his arms, handed it to Suchen, and knelt down again. "Please Supreme, save my beast clan. The orcs will be loyal to you forever." Suchen frowned and said, "First tell me how to save me." The old Beast King's words were no longer very clear, and Saint Vulpix answered on his behalf. "Your Majesty, during the war between gods and demons thousands of years ago, our beast god was corroded by the demonic energy of the demons during the battle. Divine thoughts and divine power will continue to be transformed into demonic thoughts and magic power, and backfire on the body. In order to stay awake and prevent the evil thoughts from coming out to harm the people of the beast race, the beast god separated the evil thoughts and magic power, and combined with our priests to suppress them with the beast soul array." Having said this, the saintly 6-tailed eyebrows were tightened, and her pretty face was full of worry. But as time goes by, the demonic thoughts and magic power separated from the body of the beast god are becoming more and more powerful. In 300 years, it had already reached a point where it was difficult to suppress it, and the beast god was seriously injured and fell into a deep sleep. Now the beast soul array is on the verge of collapse. Once the demon spirits evolved with demonic thoughts and magic power are born, not only our beast clan, but the entire divine continent will be poisoned. Suchen, so, you want me to destroy the demon spirits in the beast soul array and rescue the beast god? Good. Saint Vulpix nodded solemnly. The old Beast King Golden Pattern Tiger King Tiger also nodded slowly. Suchen pondered for a while and asked, "What is the strength of the demon spirits in the beast soul array now?" "Saint Vulpix said solemnly, "At least the god level, it is possible, has touched the edge of the general god level." "Is it possible to reach the general level?" "That's great. Using the divine skill attribute plunder to plunder the general's attributes, to what extent can one's health, attack, and defense be improved?" "Wait, my adaptive resistance skill is only at the god level now. If it can be raised to the general god level, in the process of fighting against the general god level demons in the beast soul array, the resistance can be raised to the immune general god level in one fell swoop. Attack, wouldn't that be more beautiful? However, the number of super god level fusions today has been used up. If you want to improve the adaptive resistance level, you can only wait until tomorrow." Seeing Suchen pondering for a long time without speaking, Saint Vulpix quickly said with a guilty face, I know this request is very excessive. Although you have killed 3 sea gods, if the demon spirits in the beast soul array reach the level of a general, it will be extremely dangerous for you. Why don't you hold the Beast King's seal, lead our people to your dragon city? The Beast King's court, I and the priests will hold on until the end. Saint Vulpix had a firm and solemn expression, as if she was looking forward to death. Suchen looked a little funny, and then waved his hand and said, "Let's go, take me to the beast soul array." "Are you, really going?" Saint Vulpix asked with hope and confusion. Suchen nodded, his expression unquestionable. After all, who would refuse the attributes that are delivered to his door? The beast soul array is located in the Beast God Palace, 1,000 meters underground in the main hall, and is connected by a teleportation array. Saint Vulpix led Suchen into the teleportation array. After a while, the sky and the earth spun around, and a huge palace filled with countless demonic energy appeared in front of Suchen. Hundreds of beast priests, ranging in strength from legendary to holy, were sitting in front of a huge black formation, constantly using their staffs to wield skills at the formation, trying to reduce the escape of the magic energy in the formation. Saint Vulpix pointed at the black formation in the center and said, "That is the beast soul formation. The beast god is sleeping in the center of the formation. After thousands of years of evolution, this formation has been divided into 9 layers. The closer you get to the center, the more powerful the demonic spirit will be. When you enter it, you must be careful. If you can't, you can use the power of the formation to teleport out at any time." Suchen nodded and entered directly into the beast soul array with a flash. Ding! You have entered the first level of the beast soul array and have been locked by the elementary demigod level demon spirit Ninetales. The battle is about to begin, please be prepared. As the system prompt sounded, the demonic energy in the formation space suddenly condensed, and instantly transformed into a 3-meter tall beauty with no hair. Her long purple hair hung down to her waist like a waterfall, and 9 long tails slowly trailed behind her, slowly swaying. On the charming face, the evil spirit and charm are natural. The idea above the head is none other than demon spirit Ninetales. He, finally a little fresh meat fell in, come on, play with your sister. The demon Ninetales winked at Suchen and waved to Suchen. That look reminded Suchen of the enthusiastic young lady in the dark alley. He casually checked the other party's attributes. Demon Spirit Ninetales. Level 100, Elementary Demigod Level Lord Boss. HP, 7 million. Attack, 700,000. Defense, 70,000. Skill, Charm Equipment Ben Glimpses Ninetales Strangulation Magical Erosion. Description, Beast God Ninetales, a demonic spirit that is differentiated by the erosion of magical power. It has extremely high intelligence and various attack methods. It is best at using charm techniques to kill people invisible. Please be careful when fighting with it. Be careful. This attribute is not white enough, well, not plump enough. Suchen looked at the enchanting demon spirit and shook his head with dissatisfaction. Pull out the heavy sword, Zushan Emperor, come right up and do it. Get pregnant, die. Online games, I really don't want to have unlimited fusion. Author, 7 years. Chapter 332. Turn on super speed evil madness, 6 times the attack speed and 3 times the attack. 3x critical hit, minus 2,414,918. 2x critical hit, minus 1,609,945. 2x critical hit, minus 2,071,293. 5x critical hit, minus 4,024,864. Ding! You are under a demigod level attack. This attack is invalid. Immunity. Ding! Congratulations on successfully killing the junior demigod level Lord Boss Demon Spirit Ninetales. Gain experience points asterisk 7 million. Ding. Your artifact Solomon Crystal Ball successfully absorbed magic power asterisk 0.1. In less than 2 seconds, under the critical strike of the sword, a demigod-level boss with 7 million health collapsed and dissipated into demonic energy. What Suchen didn't expect was that killing the demon spirit could actually make him Solomon's crystal ball absorb the magic power. This prevented him from using Heart of Divine Power to charge this crystal ball in the future. The attack was too high and the kill was too fast. I didn't even see how many moles this demon spirit had on its body. Attribute plunder was not triggered either. Suchen smacked his mouth twice and put away the heavy sword with some lingering thoughts. It seems that I won't be able to use the madness skill next time. Although the attributes of the demigod level boss are not much to plunder, mosquitoes are still meat no matter how small they are. Pick up the exploded items casually. Ding. You get level 1 demonic orb asterisk 1. Get gold coins asterisk 1 million. Huh? Demonic beads? What is this thing for? Suchen curiously looked at the egg-sized black ball in his hand. Level 1 demonic spirit bead. Grade, demigod level. Function, can immediately summon a demonic spirit with elementary demigod level strength. The demonic spirit has no skills and exists for 1 minute. Not bad, this thing is very useful when used as cannon fodder to block attacks. Suchen put the demon spirit orb into his backpack. Then he thought about it. If he could get demon spirit orbs of corresponding strength for every demon he killed later, wouldn't he have a chance to summon a god-level general in the last level? A powerful demon. Suchen was secretly looking forward to it. It seems that this trip to the Beast Soul Array is really the right one. A teleportation aperture appeared in front. It showed Beast Soul Array second layer teleportation array. Suchen stepped in. At the same time, outside the Beast Soul Array, the demonic energy lingering in the Beast God Palace also followed. It suddenly swung. It was much less in an instant. This scene made Saint Vulpix and the 100 priests both surprised and happy. The Supreme Lord has successfully broken through the first level. However, thinking that the demon spirits become more powerful as we get to the back, Saint Vulpix's beautiful face is filled with worry. She clasped her hands together and prayed secretly. I hope that the Supreme Lord can come out of the battle safely. Beast Soul Array second space. Ding. You have entered the second level of the Beast Soul Array and have been locked by the mid-level demigod level demon spirit Ninetales. The battle is about to begin, please be prepared. Come on, brother, play with your sister. The 5-meter tall, naked demon spirit Ninetales twisted his waist and waved to Suchen. Damn, how hungry are these demon spirits locked up here? Suchen complained and went straight up to chop him hard. The attributes of intermediate demigod level demons are about 50% higher than those of elementary demigod level demons. But he was still no match for Suchen. Even if the madness skill is not turned on, the sword can deal at least 500,000 real damage in a critical strike. The damage is the highest, even reaching more than 1 million. He only swung 14 swords, and in less than 7 seconds, the boss immediately disintegrated into demonic energy, and he was unable to use a single skill until he died. Ding. Congratulations on successfully plundering life asterisk 1050 points. Ding. Congratulations on successfully killing the mid-level demigod boss demon spirit Ninetales. Gain experience points asterisk 10 million. Ding. Your artifact Solomon Crystal Ball successfully absorbed magic power asterisk 0.2. Ding. You get level 2 demonic orb asterisk 1. Get gold coins asterisk 1.5 million. After another 13 seconds, Suchen cleared the third level of Beast Soul Array. Obtained a level 3 demonic spirit bead, which can summon a high-level demigod level demonic spirit. 13 seconds is enough time for the boss to use his skills, but Suchen is completely immune to control skills such as charm. In addition, Suchen also plundered nearly 300 attack attribute points from the boss. Lift your feet and step into the 4th floor. Ding. You have entered the 4th level of the Beast Soul Array and have been locked by the elementary god level Demon Spirit Ninetales. The battle is about to begin, please be prepared. The demon spirits in the 4th level formation space are 20 meters tall and their strength has reached the god level. The health value has soared from the previous tens of millions to 100 million. The attack is also as high as 7 million and the defense is 1.1 million. However, Suchen's adaptive resistance is immune to god level attacks, and he is still not afraid of any attacks from the opponent. Without using any skills, Suchen continues to attack hard. 4x critical hit, minus 1,208,899. 5x critical hit, minus 1,511,124. 2x critical hit, minus 1,066,007. True Dragon Power, Life Bonus. 3x critical hit, minus 906,674. Ding. You are under a god level attack. This attack is invalid. Immunity. Ding. Congratulations on successfully plundering attack * 700 points. Ding. You are under a god level attack. This attack is invalid. Immunity. Ding. Congratulations on successfully plundering life * 10,000 points. 4 minutes later, the god-level demon spirit collapsed into nothingness amid its unwilling screams. Suchen was not hurt at all until he died. Ding. Congratulations on successfully killing the junior god-level Lord Boss Demon Spirit Ninetales. Gain experience points * 100 million. Ding. Your artifact Solomon's Crystal Ball successfully absorbed magic power * 1. Ding. You get level 4 demonic orb * 1. Get gold coins * 10 million. Level 4 demon spirit bead can already summon a god level demon spirit to fight. Although the duration is still 1 minute, the effect is very great. At the same time, in this battle, Suchen robbed a total of 50,000 health points, 2,100 attack points, and 220 defense points. At this moment, 2 system prompts suddenly sounded in Suchen's mind. Ding. Congratulations on successfully wooing the Jace Han Principality to sign an alliance. The current large-scale special mission, Union Vertical and Horizontal Completion Level, 2/6, Mission Ranking, 1st. Ding. You received the seal of the Commander of the Alpine Principality from the King Abel Crane of the Alpine Principality. Obtain the power to command all military affairs of the Jace Han Principality. Suchen was slightly startled. Have you already captured the Jace Han Principality? Sure enough, as long as the attitude is friendly and sincere enough, even the reckless and conceited titans can accomplish the task of forming an alliance. Suchen was filled with joy. He stepped into the 5th level formation space. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Online games, I really don't want to have unlimited fusion. Author, 7 years. Chapter 333. The Royal City of the Alpine Princess. The King Abel Crane looked at half of the collapsed city wall and his face jumped wildly. Titan King Noganthul spread his hands and said, "Look, if we had signed the covenant 10 seconds earlier, this would have been fine. Why do we always have to test the patience of our titans? Should we be patient, or should we be the titans?" King Abel Crane. It makes so much sense. I can't refute. Nogansur was about to lead 1,000 Xinzhuang people to the next principality, when he suddenly thought of something and warned the king of Jace Han Principality. "If my master asks you how we made the covenant." The King Abel Crane said quickly, "It must be signed in a friendly and sincere atmosphere." "Well, smart. Norgensul nodded with satisfaction and strode away with a group of more than 100 meters tall tribesmen. Beast God Palace, Beast Soul Array. Level 5 space, clear the level in 10 minutes. Level 6 space, cleared in 17 minutes. After clearing 2 levels of space, Suchen obtained a mid-level God level 5 demonic spirit bead and a high-level God level 6 demonic spirit bead. Solomon's crystal ball absorbed 5 points of magic power in these 2 levels of space. At the same time, 500,000 health points, 30,000 attack points, and 7,000 defense points were looted. Entering the 7th level of space, Suchen thought that following this trend, he would encounter the first general level demon spirit. Unexpectedly, it turned out to be 2 high-level God level demon spirits. Moreover, it has 2 more skills than the higher God level demons in the 6th layer of space: condensation of demonic chi, demonic energy reborn. Condensing demonic chi, as the name suggests, it is to condense the massive amount of demonic chi in the beast soul array for its use. Demonic energy rebirth is interesting. Demonic spirits can rely on the surrounding magical energy to be reborn with full health. The upper limit of rebirth is 10 times. It is said that the devil's spirit is immortal and the devil's spirit is immortal. Seeing these 2 skills, Suchen's eyes lit up. No wonder there are 2 demon spirits. When one dies, the other end can condense the demon energy and resurrect the dead demon spirit. In this way, if the breaker cannot kill 2 demon spirits at once, he will have to kill them 12 times in a row before he can pass the level. If Suchen is willing, he can even kill the 2 demon spirits alternately. In this way, the 2 demon spirits will resurrect each other. You can kill up to 22 times in a row. Compared with the 6th level, the 7th level is dozens of times more difficult. Because before 10 rebirths are consumed, the level breaker has to face the attacks of 2 demon spirits at the same time. However, for Suchen, who has adaptive resistance, this is completely stress-free. No matter you have 2 heads or 10 heads, he is immune to all damage and has no feeling at all. Very good. Finally, you can refresh your attributes to your heart's content. 2 40-meter tall, naked demon spirits slowly twisted their waists and waved charmingly to Suchen. At the same time, they made strange humming sounds. Suchen couldn't help but lick his chapped lips. Raised the heavy sword killing the heavenly emperor, laughed and said, "You 2 ladies, don't be anxious, Xiaosheng is here." Nearly 6 hours later, the last high-level God-level demon screamed and fell under Suchen's sword. The latter wiped away the sweat of hard work and showed a simple and honest smile like an old farmer. Well, a total of 9.35 million health points, 550,000 attack points, and 130,000 defense points were plundered, which almost doubled my 3 basic attribute values by 2 or 3 times. Suchen looked at the attributes in his character's attribute column as if he were looking at a granary filled with grains, feeling full of accomplishment. In addition, he also obtained 22 high-grade God level 6 demonic spirit beads. Solomon's crystal ball also absorbed 66 points of magic power. Keep brushing. The sudden increase in attribute values made Suchen very motivated. He teleported to the 8th layer of space. 5 high-level God-level demons with enchanting figures appeared in front. If you change the killing, you can kill 55 times. Suchen laughed and raised the heavy sword. Death Emperor worked hard on the 5-headed demon spirits. It continued until the game was offline, and it was not over yet. Exit the game. Suchen suddenly frowned. There was a faint smell of blood in the air. Turning around, I saw a lean white man lying in the living room with his head missing. Beside, Ex Machina was cleaning up the scene and wiping the floor carefully. On his left arm, a hideous wound up to an inch deep was exposed. However, since Ex Machina is a metal being, this wound will not bleed and is healing slowly. "Master, are you awake? Ex Machina will help you wash up now." Seeing Suchen coming over, Ex Machina raised her head and showed a sweet smile. There were still a few drops of dried blood on his face. What happened? Suchen frowned. Ex Machina told the master exactly what happened. Last night, a group of killers tried to assassinate the owner. Most of them were killed by the national security personnel of Country Z who were guarding outside. However, the strongest killer among them broke through the defense of the national security personnel and entered our community. Assassination. A bit of murderous intention suddenly rose in Suchen's heart. Some people really can't shed tears without seeing the coffin. Ex Machina said, while carefully holding a metal container the size of a pen cap, and said to Suchen. The killer's body has been semi-mechanically transformed, and his attack power is very powerful. At the same time, he carries this miniature nuclear weapon. After investigation, it was found that this micronuclear weapon, produced by the Institute of Nuclear Physics of Country M, codenamed DP-12, can destroy all living things within a kilometer, and at the same time cause nuclear radiation side effects that can last for hundreds of years. Suchen looked at this miniature nuclear weapon and his pupils shrank sharply. Has the identity of the killer been found? Returning to the owner, the killer's DNA, fingerprints, and retinas have been specially modified and cannot be confirmed. However, taking all the information together, there is a 72.56% probability that the killer is from Country M, a 22.14% probability that he is from Country Y, and a 4.13% probability that he is from Country R. That's enough. Suchen took the micronuclear weapon from Ex Machina's hand, filled with murderous aura, and disappeared in a flash. Online games, I really don't want to have unlimited fusion. Author, 7 years. Chapter 334. I need an alloy sword that is hard enough and tough enough. Suchen found the national security personnel stationed outside the community and said calmly. I wonder what Mr. Su wants to do with this sword. A young female national security officer asked cautiously. Suchen glanced at her lightly. Don't ask, asking is like killing a pig. Female national security officer. There was an assassination incident in Suchen's neighborhood, and Suchen asked for an alloy sword. Even a fool could imagine what he was going to do. But even if these national security personnel could guess, they could only bite the bullet and report Suchen's request to their superiors. Very quickly, just half an hour. A 2-meter-long giant alloy sword was airlifted from a nearby secret ordnance weapons research institute by military aircraft at the fastest speed. Regarding Suchen's request, the instructions from his superiors were, full support. Suchen was holding this giant sword weighing 100 kilograms. With a flick of a finger, the sword made a clanging sound. People can't help but have a passionate fighting spirit that can swallow up thousands of miles. What a knife! Suchen couldn't help but praise. The young female national security officer on the side said with a hint of lust, the sword is produced in a secret weapons research institute in our country. It is the latest result of emergency research based on the anomalies in the God's Domain online game. The combat knife is 2 meters long, 13 centimeters wide, and 8 millimeters thick on the back. It is forged from a special alloy steel and can split the armor of all types of tanks in active service in various countries. In theory, it can withstand 100 million high-intensity chops without breaking. What's the name of this knife? Suchen asked. I checked, and the institute named it NER-6X tungsten cobalt bismuth red flag assault hand alloy knife. Well, it's a bit earthy, Mr. Su, you can name it yourself. The female national security officer smiled. Suchen nodded and gently stroked the sword. Then, let's call it the pig-killing knife. Female Kyoan. Government Building of Country M. The director of the Military Intelligence Bureau urgently reported to the Grand Elder of Country M. Grand Elder, the assassination operation failed. DP-12 has also fallen into the hands of the other party. If the other party hands it over to Country Z, with the learning ability of Country Z, it may not be long before this a miniature nuclear weapon has been mastered by country Z. Fuck. The Great Elder raised his middle finger to the director of the Military Intelligence Bureau and cursed angrily. What else can you do, thousands of miles away, to give someone away? Also comes with the latest research and development results. Minister of Defense M on the side said in a deep voice, Great Elder, now is not the time to hold people accountable. The failure of the assassination operation is likely to trigger revenge from Junlin, that is, Suchan. Judging from his performance in the game, this person is a man who will retaliate and is extremely decisive in killing. Yesterday, at your press conference, Great Elder, he threatened to destroy our real city. If we don't take appropriate measures, I'm afraid, Suchen's revenge will come soon. When the Elder of State M thought of what happened at yesterday's press conference, he was frightened and his face turned pale. If Suchen had malicious intentions towards him at that time, he would not be alive today anyway. The threat of Suchen must be eliminated immediately, immediately. The Great Elder of Country M said angrily. Before becoming the Grand Elder of Country M, he was just a well-known real estate developer. He had never encountered such a threat to his life. He didn't sleep all night last night. The horrified expressions of the two agents before they died kept replaying in his mind. The Great Elder roared at the Minister of Defense and the Director of Military Intelligence. With this devil in place for one day, our country M, whether in the game or in reality, is equivalent to a time bomb hanging above our heads. 3 days. I only give you 3 days. If you haven't seen Suchen hanged on the gallows in our country M for 3 days, just move your things and get out. Flashing more than 100 times in succession, in less than 3 minutes, Suchen arrived at Fort Drum, the largest military intelligence base in the eastern region of Country M. Fort Drum covers an area of 400 square kilometers. Nearly 40,000 divisions, brigades, and battalions of various types are stationed all year round, as well as the headquarters of the CIA of Country M. It trains tens of thousands of military intelligence personnel for Country M every year, and conducts espionage, assassinations, instigation of rebellion, and subversion around the world. It is the largest official underground force of Country M. It can be said that people here do everything except good things. Fort Drum occupies a large area and has complete construction equipment. It can be called a military satellite city. In a blink of an eye, Suchen arrived at the highest outpost in Fort Drum and observed the entire scene. As the headquarters of the Military Intelligence Agency is located, there is very little information that can be collected from the outside. Suchen needs to conduct on-site investigation and understand the situation. In the outpost, 4 bored outpost guards suddenly noticed an extra person. They immediately raised their guns and shouted, "Who is that person? Squat down immediately with your head in your hands." Suchen took off the sword on his back and slowly untied it. The cloth wrapped around the sword said with a slight smile, "Me. Suchen, also called Junlin." Suchen? King's arrival. In this era of universal online games in God's domain, the 4 guards naturally know what the word King's Landing stands for. Wait, Suchen. Suddenly remembering what happened at the Grand Elder's press conference yesterday and the latest assassination target of the Military Intelligence Agency, the 4 of them were shocked. They looked at each other and immediately pulled the trigger and fired at Suchen. Click, 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 a crisp gun. The sound rang over the Fort Drum base. The entire base was immediately alerted. Facing the fire from 4 light machine guns, Suchen did not dodge. The bullets hit him like hitting the armor of a tank. All bounced away, sparks flying everywhere. Tell me, where is the boss of your military intelligence agency? Suchen threw away the cloth, showed off the sharp giant sword, and said slowly. The 4 guards had never seen a pervert like Suchen, who couldn't even penetrate a bullet. After waiting for a few seconds, they saw the other party kept firing hysterically, and Suchen frowned slightly. There was a flash of cold light. The 4 guards immediately froze on the spot, their eyes wide-eyed. After Suchen left in a flash, a line of blood appeared on the waists of the 4, and then suddenly burst out. Shooting out countless blood, he cut off the waist. Suchen used his keen 5 senses to sense the situation in the entire base. At the same time, he waved his sword at the surrounding soldiers who came after hearing the news. Kill on the road. Kill 1 person in 10 steps, and the cold blade has no evil spirit. Suchen's arrogant behavior immediately attracted the attention of the entire fort drum. A shrill air raid siren sounded. A large number of heavily armed soldiers arrived here. Automatic rifles, light machine guns, heavy machine guns, grenades, hundreds of firepower were fired at Suchen wildly. The latter was holding a giant sword, and without dodging or evading, he cut across with 1 strike, killing 5 to 10 people on the spot. Even the firearms in their hands were cut off together, and the sections were extremely smooth. In just a few minutes, the firepower of hundreds of people who were quickly organized were wiped out by Suchen alone. Enemy attack. Enemy attack. A 5 area requests support. The enemy is extremely powerful and light weapons are ineffective against it. Requesting heavy weapons support. Requests special assassin support. Online games, I really don't want to have unlimited fusion. Author, 7 years. Chapter 335. Gather. Gather. Reorganized battalions carrying heavy weapons were organized urgently. They rushed towards the A5 area where Suchen was. At the same time, hundreds of assassins in the Special Assassination Training Camp located in the center of Fort Drum, external scientific name Special Combatants, carrying various weapons, including alloy weapons with the same strength as Suchen's sword, came at an extremely fast speed. The director of the Military Intelligence Bureau, who was having a meeting with the Grand Elder in the government building of Country M, heard that the headquarters of his lair was being attacked by someone. The attack made his whole old face tremble. Fortunately, years of experience in the city allowed him to quickly suppress the shock in his heart. He asked in a deep voice, "Who dares to attack our military intelligence headquarters?" Fort Drum, the military intelligence headquarters of Country M, has the most powerful special combat force in the world. Attacking here is like touching a tiger's butt, and is definitely asking for death. Report to the boss that through portrait comparison, the attacker and Suchen are 99.99% similar. Suchen? Which Suchen? Hearing the word Suchen, the director of military intelligence's heart jumped suddenly, but he still asked with a bit of luck. The same one who killed 2 of our agents at our government's press conference yesterday. It's the one whose game ID is Junlin. There was a buzz, and the director of military intelligence lost his focus for a moment. Then he suddenly remembered the last words Suchen said at the press conference yesterday. "My life is very peaceful now. If anyone dares to destroy this tranquility, I don't mind destroying a city in reality just like in the game." Damn. Is this lunatic really going to do this? I just send a few killers to try to assassinate you, but you want to destroy my entire city? An entire military base? National University. The elder noticed the expression of the director of military intelligence and frowned. "What's wrong? Why do you look like you've eaten shit?" Minister of Defense. The director of military intelligence had obviously become somewhat immune to the shocking words of the great elder. He quickly calmed down and said in a deep voice, "Great Elder, that Suchen is attacking our Fort Drum." "What the fuck? How dare he?" Area A5 of Fort Drum. The emergency support soldier, carrying an M136 rocket launcher on his shoulder, aimed at Suchen and pulled the trigger. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. 3 anti-tank armor-piercing rockets roared out and rushed towards Suchen with fiery tail flames. However, in Suchen's eyes, such a super high-speed rocket looked like a slow-motion movie. With just a flash, 3 rockets passed by and appeared in the camp of M country soldiers. The giant sword in his hand was swung rapidly, and when he raised the sword and dropped it, the surrounding area was filled with blood like a gourd of blood, and the heads rolled down, as if they were in an uninhabited land. Back off! Back off! Suchen's strange movement skills and tyrannical combat power made thousands of soldiers around him frightened. The captain shouted to retreat. At the same time, special combatants of different shapes and sizes rushed into the battlefield carrying various weapons. Quantity there are 100 of them. Are you the Suchen who made that manipulator miss the first time? Interesting, sister, I like your tricky little brother best. This guy's head is worth 1 billion gold. No one can rob me. 1 billion? The director just raised the price again, tens of billions of gold. Get out of the way, he's mine. Hundreds of assassins who often cause troubles around the world rushed towards Suchen, as if the person standing in front of them was not Suchen, but a human-shaped gold nugget. The physique and fighting skills of these people were indeed far superior to ordinary soldiers. But in front of Suchen, it was simply not enough. Noisy. Suchen directly activated the magical skill Battle of the Eight Wastelands. Immediately, the attack speed increased 100 times. The attack range also increased 100 times. He slashed with one sword, and the sword energy stretched 200 meters. The speed of chopping was faster than a machine gun. Chi, chi, chi. In just 2 seconds, there was no standing creature within a range of 200 meters. Whether they were ordinary soldiers or special assassins, they were all cut into pieces of flesh by random knives. Even because of Suchen's extremely high chopping speed, coupled with the sword energy of the sword, even the opponent's alloy weapon with the same strength as Suchen's sword was cut into 2 pieces. This is not over yet, the skill duration of slaying the 8 wastes is 20 seconds. Suchen didn't waste a second. A flash jump to another battle camp, chopping melons and vegetables, just like a fruit-cutting game, 100 consecutive hits, in just 2 seconds, annihilate a 1,000-man reorganized battalion. At the same time, blast the opponent's battalion arsenal. With a bang, 4 or 5 surrounding buildings collapsed in the explosion of the arsenal. Boom! At this moment, 5 heavy armored vehicles the tank came over, aimed at Suchen, and opened fire. Boom, 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 the ground shook. The god of war let out a furious roar. But in just the next moment, vertical and horizontal blades of sword energy passed by. The 5 heavy armored tanks immediately fell into pieces. Together with the internal operators, were completely scrapped. In the surveillance room of the military intelligence headquarters located underground at Fort Drum, the surveillance personnel were horrified when they saw this tragic scene. However, in the chaotic surveillance video, Suchen could not be found at all. Figure. Only the sword energy in all directions, as well as billowing smoke and splashing flesh and blood were seen. Devil. This is a devil. Please help, please help. Send a distress signal to the Ministry of Defense. The military intelligence headquarters is in danger. Fort Drum is in danger. Suchen flashed all the way, slashing rapidly. He even deliberately blasted various arsenals and oil depots. In just 10 seconds, the entire Fort Drum was filled with thick smoke and collapsed. The number of deaths of various combatants, the number of people has reached an astonishing 9,000. The god of death in the game reappeared in a crazy scene in reality. At this moment, several sharp roars were heard in the air. 10 armed helicopters and 2 latest stealth fighter jets flew over Suchen's head. Passing by. At the same time, various cannons and precision-guided bombs were covering Suchen's supersaturation type. The latter looked proudly at the sky, with a flash across thousands of meters, appearing directly above the stealth fighter. Wow! The sword energy was flowing horizontally. The fighter plane was split into 2 halves without any hindrance, spinning and falling. 2 seconds later, the second stealth fighter plane followed. After another 2 seconds, 10 armed helicopters, under the rapid attack of 10 sword auras, it was split into two with extremely precise accuracy. In less than 5 seconds, all the air power of the M army was destroyed. With the last 5 seconds left in the fighting, the 8 waste skill, Suchen returned to the ground and quickly cleared away the remaining soldiers. When the effect of the god-level skill disappeared, the entire ground power of Fort Drum was almost wiped out by Suchen. The number of casualties was as high as 18,000. Among them, 17,500 were killed and 500 were seriously injured. Nearly half of the 40,000 base combatants were lost in an instant. Ha, I found it, it turned out to be underground. Suchen raised a sneer at the corner of his mouth, holding the sword that was still as smooth as a mirror. He flashed to the monitoring room of the headquarters hall under the central underground of Fort Drum. There happened to be a coffee machine next to him, so Suchen took a cup and took a sip. It tastes good. Under the gaze of the frightened guards around him, Suchen casually threw out a miniature nuclear weapon the size of a pen cap DP-12. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Online games, I really don't want to have unlimited fusion. Author, 7 years. Chapter 336. Boom. The entire military intelligence headquarters was instantly destroyed by the explosion of the DP-12 micronuclear weapon. The ground at Fort Drum quickly bulged up, and then collapsed again. Suchen, on the other hand, had already flashed 10,000 meters away, holding his sword and heading northwest with murderous intent. Government building of Country M. The director of military intelligence called the phone in his hand, but there was no response from the intelligence officer on the other end of the phone. He swallowed hard. My heart is beating wildly. No, no. While muttering, he quickly came to the large screen LCD monitor in front of the Great Elder and put the surveillance video transmitted by the intelligence personnel of Fort Drum just obtained on the monitor. In the video, the entire Fort Drum was seen engulfed in raging fire, with collapsed buildings everywhere. In the center of Fort Drum, there is a piece of ground with a radius of 1 kilometer, which is completely sunken. This is Fort Drum. Headquarters, my military intelligence headquarters, is gone. The director of military intelligence stood frozen on the spot as if he had been struck by lightning. After many years of training, he finally couldn't hold back the look of panic on his face. As the Minister of Defense who worked closely with the Military Intelligence Bureau at Fort Drum, he could also see it at this time. His expression changed drastically. In the video, countless soldiers were cut into pieces, tanks were broken into pieces, fighter planes crashed, and arsenals exploded. It was a complete hell. Is this a special effects movie? It looks very real. The Great Elder of Country M, who was sitting in the main seat, suddenly commented calmly. Director of Military Intelligence. Minister of Defense. The two senior officials of Country M had the urge to strangle the elder to death on the spot. You paralyzed a bunch of idiots and elected a stupid real estate developer as the chief elder. Your hometown was destroyed, the crystals were exploded, and so many people died. Why on earth do you think this is a movie? I will shock your whole family. At this time, Suchen, filled with murderous intent, stepped into the Great Elder's office. The temperature in the air dropped suddenly. The 2-meter-long giant sword was placed on the neck of the director of the Military Intelligence Bureau. Suchen grinned at the elder of Country M and said, "Yes, this is also a special effect." Chi. In the horrified and desperate eyes of the director of military intelligence, the sharp sword easily cut open his flesh, arteries, and trachea. Blood spurted out instantly, splashing on the head and face of the elder of Country M sitting in front. I said, "Don't mess with me, don't say you didn't predict it." Suchen dropped these words and glanced at the silent Minister of Defense. Then he walked away. After a long time, the frightened screams of the elders of Country M were heard in the office. Soon, Country M declared a national state of emergency. The great elder of Country M was extremely frightened and needed to rest. The M Army dispatched a rescue team and expert team into Fort Drum to conduct rescue and battle situation assessment, while blocking all news about Fort Drum. However, what happened at Fort Drum was too big to be hidden from the many countries with military reconnaissance satellites. Country E, which has a powerful KGB intelligence force, is even more worried about the chaos in the world. It immediately releases news to the world, saying that a military base in Country M was retaliated by Suchen and killed the director of military intelligence. As soon as this news came out, the whole world was shocked. Especially compared with satellite reconnaissance, the credibility is extremely high. All countries began to re-evaluate Suchen's true combat power and its influence and deterrence. As for Country Z, which provided Suchen with alloy swords, he was even more clear-minded. The 7 elders gathered again because of the incident at Fort Drum. Everyone looked a little happy. Fortunately, Suchen is friends rather than enemies with them. Comrade Xiao Su is very angry. He said he wanted to destroy the city, but he really did. Young people are naturally energetic, which is understandable. Mr. Yoon leaned back on the chair with a relaxed expression and said with a slight smile. So far, Country M has not introduced any response measures, which is completely different from their past character of always looking for trouble. Obviously, Country M planned to break his teeth and swallow it in his belly this time. Haha, Comrade Xiao Su entered the core of Country M twice. It was like entering an uninhabited land, unstoppable and defenseless. How would they react? I heard that more than 30,000 people died in Fort Drum this time. Even the director of military intelligence had his throat cut in front of the elder of Country M. However, nothing could be done. Country M was clearly frightened by the killing. Alas, he did what we all want to do but dare not do. One person suppresses a country. This country is still the current global hegemon, Country M. Ha 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 ha. Happy. How many years have passed, and now Country M can also experience this kind of frustration. There was a burst of laughter and sighs in the conference room. After a long time, Mr. Yoon said solemnly, I feel that the policy of not being an enemy of Xiao Su and fully supporting Long Cheng must not only be adhered to, but also be fully extended to the entire Z, all the guilds and all the big and small forces in the country. Now is not the time for democracy and openness, now is a moment of great change unseen in 1,000 years, and a time of life and death for Country Z. Anyone who disobeys the command will be eliminated. When the country is in danger, there is no room for anyone's selfishness and selfish interests. We can't mobilize much foreign power, but first we can ensure that domestically, at least it won't hold back Dragon City. Old Elder Yun's words made other elders nod frequently. Yes, I agree with what Mr. Yoon said. I agree. In troubled times, heavy rules are used, and whoever stirs up trouble can be taken to tea. There can be no mistakes or gaps between the country and Suchen. Dragon City is a survival choice for us, and it is very likely that it will be the only and best survival choice in the future. Suchen returned home. Suchen paused as he passed the national security personnel who were reinforcing security outside the community. He said to the young female national security officer, well, this pig-killing knife is indeed very useful. Female National Security Officer. As a national security force, they are naturally extremely well informed. Thinking that Suchen used this 2-meter-long giant alloy, butcher knife to travel thousands of miles to kill the enemy and destroy the entire Fort Drum in Country M, the young female National Security Guard was shocked beyond words. Just when she was about to say something, Suchen had disappeared. I checked the wound on Ex Machina's arm and found that it was almost healed. Suchen gently touched Ex Machina's beautiful side face and said softly, if the situation is dangerous in the future, just wake me up. It'll be okay. Ex Machina enjoyed the comfort of her master and nodded obediently. The killer's body has been disposed of by national security forces. At 8 o'clock in the evening, Suchen entered the game on time. Ding. The artifact Dragon Emperor Jade Pendant successfully converts energy and gets you free attribute points *1000. The 8th layer of the Beast Soul Array. 5 high-level god-level demon spirits saw Suchen and rushed forward enthusiastically again. Suchen happily refreshed a large number of attributes while taking out a Heart of Divine Power. Activate the Super God-level fusion and improve the magical skill Adaptive Resistance. Online games, I really don't want to have unlimited fusion. Author, 7 years. Chapter 337. Although there are 5 god-level high-level demons in the 8th layer of space. But Suchen was not sure whether there were still a larger number of god-level high-level demons in the 9th level of space. If a general-level demon appears, in a large formation space like the Beast Soul Array, it must be a general-level demon with 100% strength. Facing a demon spirit of this strength, Suchen could run for his life, but it was completely impossible to kill him. Unless, his adaptive resistance can be improved to the level of general god level immunity. Ding. The minimum number of super god level fusions required for current fusion, 3 times. Do you want to continue fusion? After all, to upgrade from the god level to the general god level, the number of super god level fusions required is at least 3 times. Suchen chose to fuse. In the process of merging. Ding. Fusion successful. Your god level skill Adaptive Resistance has been successfully upgraded to the general god level. Successful. As long as he can withstand 100 general level attacks, Suchen's Adaptive Resistance skill will be able to reach the level of complete immunity. In the future, even if he faces opponents at the level of the Pope of the Church of Light, as long as he does not by sacrificing himself to summon the projection of the main god, Suchen can ignore any type of attack from the opponent. But this is not enough. Although Suchen's current health value has exceeded the 10 million mark. But the general god with 100% strength, one blow can produce hundreds of millions of attacks. Before the adaptive resistance is increased to 100% general level resistance, Suchen must first withstand 100 general god attacks. Thinking of this, Suchen's eyes couldn't help but he looked at the 1000 life divine ring on his body. The semi-god level 1000 life divine ring can only withstand god level attacks at best. If you want this ring to be able to withstand a god level fatal blow, you must it rises to artifact level. The number of super god level fusions has been used up. Do I have to wait until tomorrow to swipe the demon spirits in the 9th layer of space? The all-out war is coming, and time waits for no one. Suchen thought for a moment. He took out the 10 hearts of divine power in breeding he was carrying. He didn't have the number of super god level fusions, but he still had lucky gemstones. Now it's time to brush, it's time to face. As long as a super lucky event can be triggered, he should be able to transcend levels and fuse the artifact. Suchen thinks that his face is handsome enough, and with the blessing of lucky gems, the beautiful goddess of luck will definitely favor him. Chi, chi, chi. Suchen was working hard among 5 voluptuous demon spirits while activating his infinite fusion talent. Ding. Select the demigod level 1000 life divine ring 1 as the main fusion object, and select the breeding heart of divine power 1 as the auxiliary fusion object. The current minimum fusion points required are 50 million. Do you want to continue the fusion? If you want to leapfrog the level and explode the artifact, this is not the time to save fusion points. What's more, after decomposing an entire city of victory, the current fusion points are as high as 158 billion. Now 500 million fusion points are directly deducted. Start fusion. Ding. In the process of merging. Fusion successful. Congratulations on obtaining the demigod level 1000 life divine ring *1. Obviously, the first fusion failed to produce a super lucky event. It doesn't matter, I have plenty of fusion points, let's continue. Fusion successful. Congratulations on obtaining the demigod level 1000 life divine ring *1. Fusion successful. Congratulations on obtaining the demigod level 1000 life divine ring *1. Fusion successful. I poured down 4.5 billion fusion points in a row, consumed 9 heart of divine power in breeding, and still did not trigger a single super lucky event. Damn it! Is my face so dark? Suchen looked at the last heart of divine power in breeding left in his backpack. He gritted his teeth and became ruthless, directly deducting 10 billion fusion points. Ding! Deduct fusion points *10 billion. In the process of merging. Ding! Congratulations on successfully triggering a super lucky event. Fusion successful. You get the artifact Myriad Life God Realm *1. Nah, I finally triggered a super lucky event and fused the artifact. Now Suchen quickly checked the properties of this new artifact. Ring of 10,000 lives. Level, God level. Occupational restrictions, Shield Warrior, Mad Warrior, Assassin, Archer. Level requirement, level 100. Attack, 20,000. Additional attributes, Intelligence add 100, Constitution add 100, Strength add 100, Agility add 100, Life add 3000, 10,000 lives, 10,000 chances to withstand the highest general god level fatal blow per day, transfer attack, 10% chance of transferring the highest general god level attack or control, the transfer target is random, this attribute can be chosen independently on or off. The attack has increased from the previous 9,000 to a full 20,000. All attributes are blessed with 100 points. The most important thing is that the attributes of resisting fatal blows and diverting attacks have been successfully improved to the highest general level. Awesome. Now, even if a general level demon appears in the 9th layer of space, I will not be afraid of any attacks from the opponent. Suchen was determined, and he continued to circle among the 5 high-level god-level demons. After cutting this and that, he cut again and again. He killed a total of 55 demons, and it took a lot of money yesterday and today combined. It took 11 hours to use up all the rebirths of the 5-headed demons. In the meantime, an upgrade of the title God Killer was triggered. It was upgraded from level 2 to level 3, and you will get 30% extra damage bonus when attacking true God level units. Successfully, attacking God level units will gain an additional 3% damage bonus. Although it takes a lot of time, Suchen's gains are also huge. In these 11 hours, Suchen plundered 16.5 million health points and 970,000 attack points. And a defense value of 230,000 points. In addition, he also obtained 55 high-level god level 6 magic beads. Solomon's crystal ball also absorbed 165 magic points and the total magic value has reached 237.6 points, which can detect the entire god's domain for nearly 4 minutes. Suchen looked at the main basic attribute values of his character column. HP, 28,709,340/28,709,340. Magic, 15,100/15,100. Attack, 1,816,349. Defense, 480,474. Awesome. Compared with before entering the Beast Soul Array, the health value has increased nearly 10 times. The attack increased nearly 7 times. The defense has also increased to more than 4 times its original value. With 28 million health points, an additional real damage attack of up to 2.8 million can be triggered every 2 times. Attacks also soared to more than 1.81 million. If these two major attributes hadn't soared too fast, Suchen could have brushed slower and slashed more times in the 8th level, so that the attributes he could plunder would be even higher than now. But now Suchen is very satisfied with this attribute. Lifting his foot and stepping into the teleportation halo that teleports to the 9th layer of space, Suchen secretly expected in his heart. I wonder what will happen on the last level, more high-level god-level demons? Or, a general-level demon spirit. Online games, I really don't want to have unlimited fusion. Author, 7 years. Chapter 338. And at this moment, outside the beast's soul array, hundreds of beast priests, as well as Saint Vulpix, looked around in surprise and joy. I saw that the beast god palace, which was originally filled with demonic aura, had become clear and clear. Even the demonic energy inside the beast's soul array has become less ferocious and rich. Lady Saint, are these, all done by the Supreme One? Supreme, which level have you entered now? There is a weak connection between Saint Vulpix and the beast god. Therefore, she can sense everything in the beast's soul array more clearly. After closing her eyes and sensing for a while, Vulpix was surprised and nervous and worried at the same time. We have passed the 8th level and are entering the final level. But the 9th level demon spirit is brewing an extremely terrifying aura. Could it be that a general level demon spirit is about to be born? Enter the 9th level space. To Suchen's surprise, 9 invisible high-level god-level demon spirits appeared in front of him. But these demon spirits are entangled with each other like long snakes. Lines of ink-colored demonic energy entangled these demonic spirits together, with a faint tendency to merge with each other. A terrifying aura is growing at an extremely fast speed. But just looking at that picture, to be honest, it's a bit exciting. Suchen picked up the heavy sword Zushan Emperor and slashed it with one strike. 3x critical hit, minus 7,083,761. Suddenly, a real damage of up to 7 million floated out from the heads of the 9 intertwined demon spirits. But Suchen could clearly see that this damage did not cause any harm to the 9 demon spirits. Instead, it was absorbed by the ink-colored demonic energy surrounding the demonic spirit. And on the contrary, it accelerated the speed at which these demon spirits merged with each other. I go. Can he actually absorb my attacks and use them for his own purposes? Suchen frowned and stopped attacking. If nothing unexpected happens, when the fusion of these demon spirits is completed, the first god-level demon spirit in the beast's soul array should be born. Thinking of this, Suchen simply stood aside and rested. Since he couldn't to prevent it from evolving, wait until the evolution is completed before killing him. Anyway, his adaptive resistance skill has now been improved to the general level, and the myriad life divine ring can also withstand a general level fatal blow. It just so happens that you can increase your resistance to the level where you are immune to the attacks of generals and gods. On the other hand, it is quite touching to just quietly enjoy the entanglement of the 9-headed demon spirits with voluptuous shapes. Tisk tisk, if I record the scene and sell it to those fat guys, I can probably make a lot of money. Suchen took out a chair, a bag of tea-flavored melon seeds, and a bottle of Binquila from the backpack space, and ate and drank while appraising them with great relish. Saint Vulpix, who was waiting anxiously outside, probably never imagined that the Supreme Lord, whom she cared about so much and was in an extremely dangerous situation, was actually enjoying the beautiful scene in the beast's soul array at this moment. A quarter of an hour later, the fusion of the 9 demon spirits is finally completed. The ink-colored demonic energy wrapped around it was almost solid, gradually reshaping the 9 demons into a giant demon with a height of 70 meters. A terrifying demon spirit who is also unknown, but whose strength has exceeded the god level and reached the level of a general. Junior General God level Demon Spirit 9 Tails. Demon Spirit 9 Tails. Level, 300, Elementary General level Lord Boss. Life, 10 billion. Attack, 500 million. Defense, 50 million. Skill, Charm equipment Ben glimpses Ninetales strangulation magic erosion damage absorption. Description: Beast God Ninetales, a demon spirit that has been differentiated by the erosion of magic power. It has extremely high intelligence and various attack methods. It is best at using charm techniques to kill people invisible. Please be careful when fighting with it. Be careful. What Suchen didn't expect was that this junior general level demon spirit with 100% strength had even more powerful attributes than the original main god level umbrella girl Yingying. Life is as high as a terrifying 10 billion. Attacks as high as 500 million. The defense also has a full 50 million points. Except for a few leaders of the Six Realms forces on the Divine Continent, no one can break such a defense. Unless you have a true damage level attack. Could it be that it's because all the demonic energy that has been accumulated here for thousands of years has been condensed? Suchen can only think of this reason. Otherwise, it cannot be explained at all why a junior general level demon spirit has stronger attributes than the main god level Yingying. Fortunately, this demon spirit has obviously only just evolved. Although its attributes are abnormal, but his skills are still at the god level, and have not even reached the general god level. However, after the demon spirit evolves to the general god level, its body and appearance become more perfect and enchanting. In addition, its god level charm skill. Generally, players just look at her, and they can probably surrender directly. Fortunately, Suchen has the Dragon Emperor bloodline, which is immune to all negative status effects. The 70-meter-tall demon spirit in front of him keeps posing in front of him, but Suchen has both eyes calm and unruffled, not affected at all. Little brother, sister, am I not beautiful or gentle? Don't be afraid, come on. Let's run to the bliss together, little brother. The demon bit his lips lightly and winked at Suchen. The latter smiled coldly. Don't worry, brother will make you feel happy. Patted the melon seed shells in his hands, took a sip of Binquile, put away the sundries, took out the heavy sword Zushan Emperor, dodged and slashed with one sword. 5 times critical hit, minus 11,806,268. Damage absorption, add 10,625,641. What Suchen didn't expect was that this god-level boss actually had its own damage-absorbing passive skill. With one attack, it could recover 90% of its health. After 1,000 attacks, the opponent was equal to only 1 million blood was lost. 2 numerical values, one red and one green, floated from the head of demon spirit Ninetales. The latter was immediately angered by Suchen's behavior. Asshole! You are not attracted by my charm. Oh, even a small human race dares to fight with me. If you don't go to the ultimate happiness, then go to death. The demon spirit screamed. 9 long black tails behind him, also 70 meters long, swept towards Suchen like tentacles. Magical skill, Nine-tailed strangulation. The latter did not dodge or evade, but directly resisted. Ding! You are under a general level attack. The artifact Godly Ring of 10,000 lives successfully withstood the first fatal blow. The skill Adaptive Resistance increases the resistance to God level attacks by 1%. Haha! Come! Use your little fist to hit your brother hard on the chest. Even though the demon spirit's attack reached 500 million, it was still successfully resisted by Suchen's 10,000 life divine ring. Suchen laughed loudly, and while turning on super speed evil transformation, he attacked the demon spirit crazily. 3. Double critical hit, minus 17,981,855. Damage absorption, add 16,183,669. 2x critical hit, minus 17,729,771. Life bonus. Damage absorption, add 15,956,794. although the attack effect was weakened by 90% by the monster's damage absorption skill. But with the 6 times attack speed and 3 times attack bonus of the madness skill, the amount of damage caused to the boss is also very considerable. In just 10 seconds, more than 50 million damage was caused. At the same time, he was attacked 4 times by the boss, and his resistance to general god level attacks was also increased to 5%. Hateful. You little ant, how dare you hurt my body? Glimpses. Weak, powerless, and humble ants, accept my magic erosion. Small, too small. Weak, too weak. Ant, your attack is as weak as your body. What left Suchen speechless was that this junior general god level demon actually possessed the rare power of Ziyuan. Every time he launched an attack or skill, he would spray him. The spray made Suchen get angry. Fire. Hit the chest with both fists. Activate the skill God descends to earth. In an instant, his body soared 50 times. Up to 90 meters. Suchen coldly looked down at the 70-meter-high demon spirit Ninetails and growled. Small. Is this big? Can it satisfy you? Demon spirit Ninetails looked up at Suchen, his mouth slightly open and his face dull. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Online games, I really don't want to have unlimited fusion. Author, 7 years. Chapter 339. Suchen's height suddenly increased 50 times. Attack, defense, and health also increased 50 times. Holding the 90-meter-long heavy sword high in his hand, Suchen slashed at the Ninetails of the demon spirit with super high attack speed. 4x critical hit, minus 387,245,606. Damage absorption, add 348,521,046. 2x critical hit, minus 193,622,803. Damage absorption, add 174,260,523. Although the demon Ninetails has 90% damage absorption skill. After activating God Descends to Earth, Suchen can still deal tens of millions or even tens of millions of points of real damage to him. At the same time, with the blessing of 6 times the attack speed of the Super Speed Evil Madness skill, Suchen can kill more than 100 million of the opponent's health in 1 second. 10 seconds is more than a billion. Suchen's level 40 God Descends to Earth skill lasts up to 60 seconds. After only 30 seconds of being slashed by this ultra-high frequency and ultra-high attack, the god-level demon Ninetails could no longer bear it. The blood volume leaked 3.2 billion. You must know that the total health value of the boss is only 10 billion. If this continues, she will be GG in less than a minute. The nine-tailed demon spirit went crazy and stared at Suchen, who was 2 heads taller than her, with red eyes. It screamed and used its 9 tails to attack Suchen crazily. Hateful. You hurt me. I want you to die. Ding. You are under a general level attack. The artifact Godly Ring of 10,000 lives successfully withstood the 16th fatal blow. The skill Adaptive Resistance increases resistance to God level attacks by 16%. Ding. You are under a general level attack. The artifact Godly Ring of 10,000 lives successfully withstood the 17th fatal blow. The skill Adaptive Resistance increases resistance to God level attacks by 17%. Ding. The boss went crazy and his attack speed was increased by half. But for Suchen, this actually increased the speed of his adaptive resistance strengthening. At that moment, while slashing wildly, he laughed and said, "Come on. Keep going. Kongmang Bibi. Add more oil, use more force, lift your hair and work harder." Hateful. Why is my skill ineffective for you? Despicable and shameless humans, Do you dare to take off your equipment and have a real battle with me? No. You can't do this. Stop it. God descends to Earth plus super speed evil transformation skill stack, finally beating the god-level demon Ninetales to scream in terror. The key is that no matter what skills or attacks she uses, she can't cause any harm to Suchen. But her blood volume was leaking wildly all the way. Devil. You are the devil from the abyss. The demon spirit Ninetales looked at its blood volume that had dropped by half, screamed in horror, and then turned around and ran away. A demon spirit that was born by condensing demon energy actually called Suchen a devil. If the priests and saints outside were when the woman heard it, it was a shocking news. But how could Suchen let her run away like this? Before he finished eating the fat, the adaptive resistance only increased the god-level resistance to 62%. How could he let her go? At that moment, Suchen flashed, came behind the demon spirit, and continued to chop wildly. Don't want. Let me go. Let me go. Can't I let you go? I won't fight. Go, go quickly. Suchen grabbed the opponent's foxtail and stabbed him hard. While listening to the sound of adaptive resistance improvement, he enthusiastically tried to persuade him to stay. How can we leave if we don't have fun? Come on, baby, let's keep going. The demon spirit Ninetales screamed, and the foxtail grabbed by Suchen instantly disintegrated into demonic energy. She herself ran desperately towards the edge of the beast's soul array. Her hands turned into sharp claws, and she smashed the beast. The soul formation created a 100-meter-long gap. She kicked her legs hard. She actually wanted to escape. How could Suchen let her escape? The 9 tails of the demon spirit had just stretched out half of its body, and its tail was caught by Suchen. He grabbed hold of him again. Not only that, but to be safe, to prevent the opponent from continuing to cut off his tail to escape. Suchen even grabbed the opponent's legs, then wrapped his arms around the opponent's waist and dragged him backwards. Guarding the beast's soul, the hundreds of beast priests and Saint Vulpix outside the formation were frightened when the Ninetales demon spirit poked out of the beast's soul array. The demon general's god-level terrifying aura made everyone present feel like they were falling. The ice cave stood frozen on the spot. But what everyone didn't expect was that this huge demon spirit with a height of 70 meters had an extremely frightened expression at this moment. Holding the beast's soul array defense circle with both hands, it turned out to be a kind of he was struggling hard, trying to break free from something. While struggling, he screamed in horror, "No! Let me go! Please! I cannot stand it anymore! Isn't it enough that I swear to never be your enemy? Devil! You are the devil! Help! Help me!" At the end of the call, the god-level demon Kuabai stretched out his hand desperately to Saint Vulpix in the field, asking her for help. This scene directly caused all the hundreds of priests and Saint Vulpix in the field to "I'm so stupid. What the hell is this? A general-level demon with disheveled hair is actually begging for mercy and screaming? And he's also asking for help from the Saint Vulpix who is guarding outside? How frightened and desperate is this? But, that's not right. You are a majestic, god-level demon. Shouldn't you be the one who beats others until they beg for mercy? Why is it the other way around now? The demon Ninetales struggle didn't last long before it was dragged back by the huge force behind it. Baby! Come back! Let's continue! Ha 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 ha! At the moment when the gap in the beast's soul array was closed, Saint Vulpix heard the voice of the Supreme. But this voice was surprisingly uninhibited. Well, as a saint, Vulpix did not dare to use that to the Supreme. The only vulgar adjective I can find is wild and unruly to describe the demonic voice of the Supreme. What did the Supreme Lord do to the demon spirit inside? Saint Vulpix bit her red lips with a complicated expression. Why are the demon spirits so frightened? Why is the Supreme Lord so, well, wild? The faces of the hundreds of priests around were also full of shock. The demon spirit with god-level strength was enough to break through the beast's soul array and slaughter the entire beast royal court. It was a terrifying existence that was beaten until it screamed for mercy. He wanted to escape with disheveled hair, but he was dragged back again. What happened inside? All the priests present, as well as Saint Vulpix, wanted to know. Online games, I really don't want to have unlimited fusion. Author, 7 years. Chapter 340. In order to prevent this demon spirit from escaping again, Suchen plans to accomplish all his feats in one battle. He knocked the demon Ninetales down with a slap, and then sat down on her. Then, he hugged her remaining 8 foxtails and stabbed her wildly. Ding! You are under a general level attack. The artifact Godly Ring of 10,000 lives successfully withstood the 63rd fatal blow. The skill Adaptive Resistance increases resistance to God-level attacks by 63%. Ding! You are under a general level attack. The artifact Godly Ring of 10,000 lives successfully withstood the 64th fatal blow. The skill Adaptive Resistance increases resistance to God-level attacks by 64%. Ding! Ding! You are under a general level attack. The artifact Godly Ring of 10,000 lives successfully withstood the 100th fatal blow. The skill Adaptive Resistance increases the resistance to God-level attacks by 100%. Ding! You are under a general level attack. This attack is invalid. Immunity. I kept hearing the words attack is invalid, immune. Suchen stopped stroking the fox's tail. Before getting up, he slapped the struggling demon spirit on the butt. Good. Your mission is accomplished, you can go die. Pia. The crisp sound instantly spread throughout the beast's soul array. The demon Ninetales also let out a scream. His face turned red. You, how dare you insult me? Yes. Suchen stood up, stepped on the demon spirit with one foot, and lifted the heavy sword Zushan Emperor with the other hand. While slashing wildly, he laughed and said, not to mention, it feels pretty good. As he said that, he slapped him again. Ah! I will fight with you. Suchen's teasing and humiliation made the demon Ninetales feel ashamed and angry. Although her charm skill was unrestrained, it was just her killing technique. As a general god-level being, how could she endure being treated so wantonly? Humiliated. The 8 long tails behind him instantly expanded several times, wrapping Suchen completely. Countless demonic energy turned into sharp swords and shot towards Suchen. But this kind of general god-level attack, which is extremely terrifying to others, is for Suchen now. The breeze was blowing on his face like drizzle, and he was completely immune. Suchen didn't stop, slashing wildly for about 10 seconds, and the demon spirit's 10 billion HP dropped by more than 1 billion again. Currently, only 38% of the blood volume is left. At this time, the effect of the god descends to earth skill ends. Suchen returns to his normal form of 1.8 meters tall. Ha 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 ha. Ants. Your giant state disappears, then accept my baptism of death. The demon Ninetales laughed, turned over and jumped up. The demon energy turned into a sword and attacked even more fiercely. It even turned its hands into claws, grabbed Suchen, and tried to crush him like an ant. However, Suchen was just flashing, he jumped in front of her and continued to output wildly. Even if the demonic energy turned into a sword and followed the attack around the corner, it would not be able to hurt him at all. This scene made the demon Ninetales' pupils shrink suddenly. How come? Why are you still immune to my attacks? Asshole! Get off my body! The demon swung its claws towards Suchen. The latter flickered again, jumped to the top of his head, and continued to chop. 3x critical hit, minus 17,981,855. Damage absorption, add 16,183,669. 5x critical hit, minus 29,969,758. Damage absorption, add 26,972,782. While dodging, output at the same time. After half a minute, the nine-tailed demon spirit's blood volume once again leaked 300 million. However, the demon's attack state became more and more crazy. She looked like a crazy woman who had lost her mind. This situation made Suchen secretly wary. A general-level demon with a mind no less than human. There is no reason to insist on fighting when you can't hurt the opponent and you are already on the verge of death. What's more, this demon spirit has already escaped once before. While Suchen was outputting, he was confused. Really? Just when the demon spirit Ninetails launched its foxtail entanglement and demonic energy turned sword attack again. Its body actually cut off all 8 tails, and the demonic energy exploded and filled the entire space. The surroundings suddenly became dark. The demon Ninetails himself used a glimpse to tear through the defense of the beast soul array and shoot out. The hundreds of beast priests and Saint Vulpix who were waiting anxiously outside suddenly saw the demon spirit rushing out of the beast soul array again. Shocked. Once a god-level demon escapes, it will cause too much damage to the outside world. A random strike can destroy half the city. Moreover, the demon spirit hates the beasts that have trapped her for thousands of years. If we escape, I'm afraid the entire orc clan will be wiped out. The nine-tailed demon spirit escaped from the beast soul formation, feeling very happy. While firing electricity outward, he glanced at Saint Vulpix below. A strange color flashed in the eyes. Humph, the successor of the next generation of beast god. It's better to plant the magic poison first, and it will become the treasure medicine for me to break through the realm in the future. On the way to escape, with a wave of his hand, a streak of dark demonic energy struck at Saint Vulpix. Facing this attack from the general, Saint Vulpix had no way to dodge or resist. Her beautiful eyes were filled with despair and nostalgia. Am I just going to die like this? It's fine, I died for the beast god, and I have no regrets, it's just that I haven't loved once in this life, which is a pity. At this critical moment, Suchen chased after him with a flash. Want to run? I've been on guard against this move from you. Looking at the 9 tails of the demon spirit, he raised his hand and hit Shura's strike. The opponent's health was only close to 35%, which is less than 3.5 billion. He waved his hand and deducted 35 billion experience points from the experience storage tank. Suddenly, a 1,000-meter-long blood-colored bolt instantly enveloped the demon 9 tails. This scene made the saint girl 6 tails tremble. The handsome figure that rushed out of the beast soul formation, that was like killing the sky and destroying the earth. With one blow, it was deeply imprinted into her heart and could no longer be erased. The demon spirit 9 tails only had time to let out a scream of fear and unwillingness. It was immediately cut in half by the blood-colored horse trainer. Bang! 70-meter-tall demon spirit 9 tails, with its blood volume cleared, instantly exploded into countless demonic energy and dissipated into nothingness. At the same time, the magic poison it swung at the Saint Vulpix also dissipated. The demon spirit was instantly killed, and its damage absorption is a passive skill, and it will naturally not add blood if it is completely dead. Therefore, the 90% damage recovery and blood recovery cannot be triggered. Ding! Congratulations on successfully killing the Junior General and God-level Lord Boss Demon Spirit 9 tails. Gain experience value * 40 billion, leap level experience bonus. Ding! Your artifact Solomon's Crystal Ball successfully absorbed magic power * 500. Ding! Congratulations on successfully killing the 9th layer space demon in the Beast Soul Array and successfully relieving the crisis of the Beast Clan. Get excess experience value reward * 10 billion. Obtain the reputation value of the orcs * 1 million. Your reputation level among the orcs is Exalted. Ding. You have obtained the qualification to enter the core space of Beast Soul Array. Awakening Beast God 9 Tails, you will gain the effectiveness of the entire Beast clan.